So hi everyone, this is Drastic from the Achievement Squad, coming at you with a 100% achievement walkthrough for the indie title, Memoranda. Now from this point onwards there is a full spoiler warning effect because we are going to show you all cutscenes, all dialogue, in the process of getting all of the achievements. There are a total of 11 achievements to get all together. This game will take you roughly about an hour and a half, probably an hour and 45 to get to the full 1000. Nonetheless, you should be able to get there pretty easy. This game very much reminds me of games like Broken Sword, Monkey Island, all of this kind of stuff where you've got the different types of point and click kind of adventure activity with a 2D kind of art style. Overall, I actually very much enjoyed this game. It's got a good story running along in the background, so I recommend that you guys listen out to the story as you're going. However, some of the puzzles and trying to figure out some of the solutions is actually quite tough, so we've simplified a lot of that for you in this guide. Okay, so without further ado, let's get this walkthrough on the road. So for this first part, you're just going to need to click on the photographs, listen to the dialogue, and then click on the photograph once the dialogue is over again, just to play through until you get to a main cutscene.
Picture on the day I told my husband about getting tired of our boring life. We argued so much that we've been separated since then. Whatever I did, our picnics always ended with my mother in a grumpy mood. That's why I usually made plans with my father instead. Everyone at high school was so jealous when they saw this photo. You had to have been very lucky to get to see the famous elephant. Going together with the most popular girl in school didn't help either. Dear Moriko, why did you do that? You were so pretty and smart. My eyelids are getting heavy. I hope he lets me sleep tonight. I miss sleeping. Do you see that white thing to the right of the open pit? That thing that looks like a dinosaur fossil. When I was a kid, my dad used to bring me here for some fresh air. The first time we were here, he showed me the white patch of sand and said it used to be a baby dinosaur running from the humans. But it must have been dark, so the baby dinosaur falls into the pit and starves to death. The story made me more scared of the humans on the other side of the pit than the dinosaurs. Maybe that was my dad's intent. He used to say that in those mills and houses on the other side of the pit live humans who turn into animals at night and come and steal things from us. I wish it were those stories that I couldn't remember. Although people on the other side of the pit had left years ago, I never found out who actually lived there. I wish you were here, Dad. We could go to the other side and have a closer look.
Hey, looks like you're falling asleep. Open your eyes. This is only the 17th day of no sleeping.
Could you turn your face away? Those terrifying red eyes. Why don't you leave me alone? How long are you going to torture me?
I want to leave you alone, but I can't. Since long ago, when I was a young captain, I couldn't be awake while sailors were asleep. Come on, get up, get out of bed. Don't you have a few days off from work? Go play a little at least.
Okay, so once the cutscene is over, we want to start off by looking at the little instructions. Pretty much is click A on everything. And the first thing you're going to need to do is grab the first collectible of the game. And this is just above your bed. So this is actually a picture of somebody called Vicky on her wedding. You want to click on this one, you're going to have a little bit of dialogue around the photo.
I have pinned my friend's wedding picture over my bed so that when I open my eyes every day, I remember that there are still people with happy lives.
Okay, and then just to your right, you're going to find the scissors, and you're going to want to pick these up. And just underneath the vinyl player, you want to grab the map piece.
This is
And then on the middle table, on the coffee table, next to the cat, you're going to find some orange juice, which you're going to need to pick up. And then just to the left on the stool, you're going to find map part number 2. You want to pick this one up. Once you've collected this one, you want to press the B button.
Now I can
And this is going to open up your inventory. And when you're in your inventory, you want to click on one of the map pieces. Click on the little hand icon to pick up the map. And you want to drag that over and mix it with the second map part to create the full map.
I feel safer.
You'll now need to exit the room. So to do this, you want to hover the mouse over the left hand side and you want to exit out to the 3rd floor. Once you're on the 3rd floor, you want to go up to the 4th floor by clicking on the stairs just to your left. And when you're on the 4th floor, you want to inspect the poster just directly in front of you.
I remember the last movie shown here was The Wood Elves Battle. When I was a child, this Mr. Juggalo was my favorite actor in fantasy movies.
Once you've done looking at the poster, on the floor you're going to see a photograph under the rug. You want to pick this one up.
What's under the rug?
And then you want to press the B button once you've picked this one up, and you're going to see the photo of Jack. So press B. You want to click on the photograph at the top, and you want to click on the eye icon to look at the actual photograph itself. Once you're done with that, you want to get the scissors, you want to use the hand, and you want to combine the scissors and the photograph to cut out Phil's signature. Once you've done this, you want to click on the closed screening door.
What's even more odd is that none of us ever tried to.
And then once you're done with the screening door, you want to head back downstairs. And then you want to get into the elevator once you're back on the 3rd floor. And you want to inspect the green poster on the right hand side. This is a clue to a puzzle downstairs. So effectively it's giving you the number sequence. You have the words quartet, duet and solo, which is an indication of the numbers you need to knock on the door down below, which is 4, 2, 1. Head down to the 1st floor. And then you want to inspect the knock system on the right hand side door. So click on that one, click on the cog, and the character will walk over and inspect it. And you want to tap on cards number 4, 2, and then 1. This will open up the door into Kardash's bedroom. Once you're in Kardash's bedroom, talk to him to exhaust all conversation.
Did you know the stuff you've installed at your door is hard to figure out?
That's why I have a special welcoming message taped. Well, anything I can do for you?
Nothing especially. I just want to see what you look like now since I last saw you. Safe to say you're still deep into your electronics.
You did all that work just to see my face. Don't you want to see one of my greatest inventions?
What is it? It looks pretty finished. All the screws are in.
Yes, it's nearly done. I just need to add 4 frequencies to bring this metal creature to life.
And then what will it do?
I've named it the Nature DTMF machine. It can receive a series of frequencies, encode them, and forget it. It's of no use to you. It has no use for me. I just want to make it and put it in the corner.
Well, I have no idea what it does, but I'll take it off your hands.
It won't be done until I find the 4 frequencies. I'm tired of staring at the design sheet.
And once the discussion is over, just to his right by his knee, you're going to find the machine diagram. You want to pick this one up. Once you've got that, you want to exit out of Kardash's room, back to the 1st floor. Okay, and once you're on the 1st floor, you want to make your way down to the lobby. When you're at the lobby, you want to talk to Jack, who is sat on the concierge desk.
Hey, Jack. Oh, I'm sure he's going to make a remark about my name.
Welcome back. Any news from your name? Or is it still playing hide and seek?
What did I just tell you? Looks like it's now right where it belongs. But I have to remind you, it is a secret. I don't want the neighbors to hear about it.
Sure. No secret leaves this house, especially one about the quietest resident we've ever had here.
Well, I guess that's true. For the last 6 months, I'm the only person who's entered my flat. By the way, I've been meaning to ask you something. I just remembered as I saw the closed doors of the movie theater.
What is it? I hope you're not adding something new to my responsibilities.
Why did you stop the weekly film screenings there?
Because we couldn't get the money to buy a new player. Also, the neighbors aren't very sociable. It's hard to get them all together at the same time.
I remember you had a collection of the best 35mm films. Let's set it up again. I love old technology.
A friend of mine borrowed them and never gave them back. It ruined our friendship.
Why don't you go to his house and ask for your films?
I'm over it now. No time for old films. But if you want them so much, why don't you go yourself? Take this road straight up until you get to the square. His house is one of the first houses. It's got a blue door and there's a large sign hanging on its wall.
Once you're done talking to Jack, look to the notice board. You're going to find the next photo you need to click on.
Jack
This is
has
photo number
always
3 out of
followed his
5
son
for a
around.
missable achievement.
Followed a path that he was not able to follow. He went to a different continent a few years ago and is working on his second movie now.
And once you're done looking at the photograph, you want to exit out of the building by going down to the bottom right hand corner and clicking out to town. Once you're in the street, you want to head down to the bottom and you want to go into the town square. And once you're in the town square, you want to enter the bakery just above you.
Was I falling asleep? No. Just my eyes going blurry. Perhaps I will have to drag myself like a semi-conscious corpse through life forever. And forget the joy of sleeping. I wish I could collapse right here and no one would bother me for a few days. What if I've fallen and hit my head once and lost a part of my memory? Then why do I not forget other things? If someone asked my name right now, I might confuse everything.
Miss Mizuki? Miss Mizuki? Hello? Miss Mizuki, can you hear me?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking to someone else.
Well, let's get back on topic. Can you tell me to whom Wagner wrote of his fascination with Schopenhauer and Tristan?
Franz Liszt.
Huh, impressive. Now tell me, Wagner's wife wrote that he remained unsatisfied with which opera?
Tannhäuser?
Huh, how did you know?
Okay, so once your little blackout sequence is over, you want to grab a donut from the basket, and then you want
I
to
hope a
exit
little
back out
sugar
to
won't affect my
the
brain.
street. Once you're back in the square, take your mouse over to the far side and exit out to Lexington Street. And once you're on Lexington Street, you want to speak to the old sailor who is just sat on the street here, which you'll recognize from the beginning
You
cutscene.
again. Well, at least you've hidden those bloody eyes of yours behind shades.
Don't worry. I know everything. I know you can't sleep anymore since you saw me that night underneath your bed. And you can't tell anyone. Someone who doesn't remember her own name and sees an invisible old man will end up in the madhouse.
You've trapped me. How can I get rid of this insomnia?
Your sleep is tied to mine. As long as I'm awake, you're awake. But worry not, a sailor who stared into the horizon so long that her eyes have turned into the color of the sunset can endure much more than this.
Once the dialogue has been exhausted with the pirate, you want to head into the puppeteer's house, which is the second door on the right. Now, once you're in here, you want to enter the top door and go into the corridor. And then whilst you're in the corridor, you want to enter the living room and you want to exhaust all conversations with the doll maker.
Hi. Hope I'm not intruding. The door was open. I was wondering if...
Of course, come in, my dear. Ah, but of course you're not intruding. After all, we know each other.
We do? Oh yes. You own the restaurant on 20th Street.
Yes, that's right. I lived a very different life back then. Did you know that I employed over 30 people in that restaurant? and I only ever met two of them. The young man I made manager, and...
Me? Wow. Yeah, I remember. Actually, I remember the day I met Yuel. It was my 20th birthday. So it was 5 years, 4 months, and 2 days ago.
25. Wonderful. I remember you didn't want to get any smarter.
You still have a good memory. Intelligence was the only thing I was sure of in myself back then.
I knew you were very smart from the first moment I saw you at the door holding a tray. I'd like to test you. May I?
Sure. I'm curious how I'd score. It's been a while since I had to be smart.
When I retired, I picked up this hobby of connecting things together and making strange stuff. See this noisy TV? With a secret code, you can connect it to the global TV network of 100 years ago.
Are you kidding? There was no TV 100 years ago.
Don't doubt an old man who's got a death ticket in his hand. TV or not, the waves are still floating in the air.
Maybe you're right. Let me have a closer look at your inventions.
And once you're done talking to the doll maker, you want to exit back out to the corridor. And in the corridor, we're going to want to inspect the family photo. Now, I recommend using your phone maybe here to take a picture just to remember it. But look at the family painting, and you want to take a picture of this or take a bit of a memory snapshot. On the left-hand side, you'll see this little puppet doll kind of thing with an X above its head. You're going to need to remember that for later because we're going to need to rebuild that puppet to solve a puzzle. Now exit back out into the hallway. Once you're in the hallway, you want to grab the bar doll, I think it is, off of the tool rack on the right-hand side above the box.
It might come in handy someday.
And then you're going to want to go into the bright room on the left-hand side. Once you're in the bright room, you want to click on the puppet show, and you want to click on the cog, just so that you can interact with it. And now we need to rebuild the puppet from the family photo. So for me, it was the first set of legs on the left-hand side, the green jumper with the dungaree stuff, and then the kid's head on the right-hand side. Once you've pulled all of those down, it's going to reveal a teddy bear that is sat on a stool. Now for this part, we actually need to memorize the bookshelf. So look at the bookshelf and look at the cells in the bookshelf that are shaded in. This is a clue to solving the box puzzle outside. I recommend you take a picture on your phone to help with this. And then the box is just underneath where you picked up the bar doll from earlier, next to that weird painting. Click on that one, and then you want to select the button in the top right-hand corner. You'll then want to click on the third in on the second row, select the entire third row, and then select the first in on the first row. Once you've done it, you want to grab the golden key and then return back to the bright room. Once you're back in that room, you want to click on the teddy bear and interact with it. Once you're interacting with the teddy bear, you want to press B to open up your item menu. And you want to grab the bra doll off of the inventory. Use it on the teddy bear's belly. Once you've done that, you want to go in and grab the key from your inventory as well, and also use that on the keypad that you find inside the teddy bear. And then you need to enter the letters that you see on the eyes. For me, it's always C and O. It's a little bit fiddly to get this right. As you can see, I completely fail here. But type in C and O on the keyboard, and that's going to solve one big chunk of the puzzle. Once you've done this, head back to the doll maker.
Come over here, girl. Watch what you're going to see all the time until you get to my age.
And to get back to him, you want to exit out into the hallway. Once you're in the hallway, you want to go to the corridor. And then once you're in the corridor, you'll want to go into the living room and exhaust all conversation with the doll maker again.
This is really strange. How did this happen?
What's strange about it? Don't you ever watch news?
I mean, how did you connect those things, and how are we watching footage from 100 years ago?
All that matters is that you solved it. Oh, did you hear that? Something fell. I think it's the lingering effects of quake waves.
Seriously, I'm not buying this anymore. Let me have a look around your flat and see what's going on.
Once this is done, you want to exit back to the corridor. Then you want to go back into the hallway, and then you want to go into the bright room. Once you're in the bright room, you'll notice that there's a hole now open up in the wall, and you want to grab the film reel box from the corner.
Lucky this thing found.
Now we're going to introduce you
So
to a bit of a
the phones are
mechanic,
hidden
as you
here
get an
all
achievement
along.
as well, which is the fast travel
If
function.
I don't say
So by
anything,
pressing
you won't
X, you'll
notice
open
you're
up the
missing.
map, and once you've got the map up, anything that's got a bit of text around it, you can actually fast travel to it from here. So by pressing the X button, you want to head up to your home, which is in the top left hand corner, and you want to click on it. This will fast travel you back to outside your apartment. Head on in, and once you're in, you want to press B to get the real box out of your inventory, and you want to give that to Jack.
Hey Jack, can you believe your friend used to be my boss?
No way. What a small world. So you were able to use your relationship to get the films?
Well, I used my smarts. By the way, you wouldn't believe the things that happened in his house.
I do believe. If there's one thing I can say for certain, it's that old man is crazy. Anyway, thanks for returning my collection. Didn't want to admit how much I miss these silly old things.
Okay, so once you finish talking to Jack and the map has been updated, you're going to want to click on the elevator, and we're going to want to go up to floor number 2. When you get to floor 2, there is going to be a bit of dialogue with a lady in a room that you can't see, talking to a guy called Mr. Spaghetti.
Hello? Please don't hang up. Could you tell me where you disappeared to? What? None of my business. What do you mean you'll come back in a while?
You didn't think I'd find you, huh? Well, I found your phone number on one of your spaghetti boxes. You'd written it down on the corner and thrown it in the trash. Ever since the elephant vanished, so did you. Are you in some sort of trouble? What? You don't know what I'm talking about.
Frankly, I don't trust you anymore. Who trusts a man who prefers his taste of spaghetti to my pancakes? Don't hang up. Hold on. Hello? Hello? Damn it.
Once the discussions come to an end, you want to push B, and you want to go into your inventory, and you want to give the donut to the child that is drawing on the floor to get a bit more discussion
Would
going.
you like a donut from Mr. Donut?
I love those donuts. Don't tell my mom I had one.
I won't, don't worry.
Are you looking for Mr. Spaghetti too?
Mr. Who? Has someone disappeared again?
Didn't you hear his wife shouting on the phone? He was the only neighbor without children that I was friends with because he liked animals. And whenever he made spaghetti, he would bring me some.
I did hear his wife, but thought it was just a domestic quarrel. Sounds like an interesting man. Do you miss him?
Of course I miss him. How are you living in this building and still didn't realize Mr. Spaghetti ran off?
Honestly, I don't know. I haven't been paying a lot of attention.
Uh-huh. Well, if he comes back, could you give him this film canister? We're moving out.
Sure. By the way, I should bring you some homemade donuts. Then you will have 2 grown-up friends, Mr. Spaghetti and Miss Donut.
Once the conversation is over, she's going to have given you a film reel. So you want to push B, and you want to go into your inventory, you want to inspect that one, and you're going to take out a film reel from the film box.
It might be a good idea to have a look inside this
And once you've done that, you want to close down your menu. You want to open up your map, and you want to go to travel down to the Climbing Stars Square, which is the town square, and head back into the bakery to get some flour by talking to Mr. Donut.
Are you here to talk about music, or do you need anything?
Could I please get some flour? I'm in a rush, but I'll be back someday to talk art.
Once you're done with Mr. Donut, press X, and then you want to return home by clicking it on the map. Once you're in, you want to go into the apartment, and you want to take the lift up to floor number 3. Once you're upstairs, you want to click on the kidney stone thing that is hovering around by your apartment. So click on the grab icon, and you're going to pick that one up. Now this will actually try and escape your inventory when you leave the area, so what we need to do to keep hold of it is to push B, and then you want to select the kidney stone, and you want to drag that onto the film reel box to capture it. Once you've captured the kidney stone, we want to make our way upstairs to the 4th floor. And once you're on the 4th floor, you want to enter into the screening room. When you're in the screening room, you want to place the film onto the projector and you want to watch the movie unfold.
Let me see what film Mr. Spaghetti gave to the little girl. She probably had no way of actually watching it. Looks like it's someone's first attempt in using editing techniques. It reminds me of my lost cat. I still dream of her.
And once that film is over, you want to hit the X button and we want to go across to a place called Dark Alleyway. That's now appearing on your map. And once you're there, you want to click on the poster just at the top right hand side of the narc.
The elephant is missing and it's an unsolved case. I do hope they can't find him. Hey, do you know where the elephant might be?
Honestly, I think the man who's always cooking spaghetti has something to do with it. Oh, no! You tricked me into blurting out secrets! Go away now!
The house with the green roof and...
Hey, look, I deserve this prize. Don't you dare take my place. Huh. Good luck.
Okay, and once you've spoken to the narc, he's going to give you the location of the elephant. But before you go to see the elephant, we want to grab the propane juice, which is on the floor at the end. So head down and pick that up. And once you've picked that up, you want to press the B button. And then you want to go into your menu and you want to mix the propane and orange juice together. Because that's how we roll. We like a hard night out. So, yep, mix the two together. Once you've done that, you want to exit back to Lexington Street. And then once you're on Lexington Street, you want to exit to the right. And we're going to go over and we're going to see the opera singer. When you're here, you want to click on the singing cat on the right hand side for a lengthy bit of dialogue.
Wow, aren't you that famous opera singer? Is it true you resigned recently?
Yes, that's me. And yes, it's true. I got tired of the fame and glamour. I'd rather sing on the streets for my own sake and to make the average passerby feel a little happier. But you know how people are. They started making up stories about me.
Yes, there was a rumor going about you. They said you fell asleep under a blind willow tree, and when you woke up, you realized tiny flies had crawled into your mouth, and you'd lose your voice in a matter of months.
A very creative rumor indeed. I don't even think a blind willow really exists. But the flies are a very real possibility. They're all around us right now, waiting for me to open my mouth.
Well, since you haven't lost your voice, maybe you can help me? I've got this frequency diagram here. Think you could sing it? I've heard you can create sounds so vivid that you could touch them.
Now that one isn't a rumor. Some people like to keep my songs in glass displays, holding them for the day they'll have a device that can replay them. Give me a diagram to read. It would be
Once that dialogue is over, you want to press the B button and then you want to select the machine diagram from your inventory and you want to give that to the cat.
This is the diagram that shows the frequencies.
Once he has a coughing fit, you want to press the B button and you want to select the propane juice and give it to the opera singer, because giving some form of fuel to a cat to drink makes the most sense. So press the B button, grab the propane juice in the top left, hand it over to him, and that's going to fix his vocal cords apparently.
Here, drink some orange juice.
And if everything's gone to plan, all of the notes that he will sing will drop to the floor. You want to pick up the frequency pack from the floor. These are required to give to Kardash
Have sung these
for
frequencies.
getting his DTMF machine up and working. But first of all, open up your map and we want to go to the cottage. Once you're at the cottage, you want to pick up the potato that is on the right, just here. And once you've hold of that potato, you want to open up your inventory.
I hate littering.
And you want to combine the potato with the signature.
Potato next to the signature. Bizarre combination.
Once you've done that, you want to select the flour bag from your inventory and you want to drop that on the walkway in front of the cottage.
I've learned this spy trick from children's books. It might work. I should tell the little girl that her homemade donut will take a little longer to make now.
And once you've done that, we want to exit back to the town square via the bottom left hand corner or the map. Once you're in the town square, we want to speak to the guy on the right hand side called Chris.
Mr. Romero, I've missed you.
Ah, Mizuki. I was thinking about you last night on the beach. It's been months since you last sat with me by the fire.
That's true. With the insomnia that I have, I don't know why I didn't think of spending those sleepless hours with you on the beach.
Are you also sleepless because of the noise coming from your neighbor's fridge?
Oh, no, just too many thoughts and worries. Or maybe I miss my mother and sister, and the fire on the beach makes that even worse.
Mizuki, you know well that your family really... Oh, forget it.
You're right, Mr. Romero. I never had a good family like you did. How are they, by the way?
Everyone is well. They're all in the city except for Henry, who is spending his school break here with me. He should be somewhere around here. You know, he thinks about his friends all the time after that incident.
Chris then will reveal the beach and the pier to you. And once you've done that, we want to make our way across to the actual beach and the pier. So open up your map, click on the beach. And then whilst you're at the beach, you're going to find a seashell full of sand. You want to pick that one up. Once you've got hold of that one, we're going to need to go into the lighthouse. So click on the pier. And whilst you're on the pier, just above the door, you're going to find a loose flag. You want to grab this one.
I should pick it up before it's gone.
Once you have that flag, you want to head into the lighthouse, and then you want to go upstairs straight away. And there'll be a brief cutscene when you're talking to the sailor again.
Why are you following me? Can't you find someone else to stay up with you?
Don't walk too fast. To tell you the truth, I've built this place myself. I don't think I can let you go anytime soon. I'm full of energy, and I don't know anyone else.
Once you're done talking to the sailor, you want to pick up the condenser from the floor just on your left here.
I love copper pots and plates, but this looks incomplete.
Once you have the condenser, click on the photo on the wall on the far left hand side called Michael's photo. This is photo collectible number 4 out of 5.
They say he always put a jar containing an extra finger on his piano while playing, and the fingers started dancing to the tempo of the song.
Once you're done looking at the photo, you're just going to find to the left of that, on top of the shelf, is a vinyl record. Grab this one. And then just on the right hand side of the vinyl record, you're going to find a lens. Pick up the lens also.
Can you believe this vinyl belongs to my high school close friend Farhad? He is a music enthusiast, and it's strange he left this here amongst this junk. I should save it before it breaks, like all other things here.
And now we need to travel back to the apartment, so open up the map and click on home. And once you're back at the apartment, you're going to get a tip to say that you need to go back to the cottage. Not just yet though.
Forgot to check if the elephant's footprints are left on the flower.
Then you want to head inside the apartment once the dialogue is over. And we're going to make our way up to the first floor. Once on the first floor, go into Kardash's room. And once you're in the room, speak to Kardash by giving him the frequency pack.
How did you find these? Look how desperate they are to get into the machine.
What would he have done without me? Chasing the birds and bees for the frequencies?
Yeah. Don't act like you're not getting anything out of this. Next time you come over, the machine will be ready and you can take it with you to show off.
And this will also then bag you another achievement. Open up your map and you want to go back to the cottage because we need to look at the footprints on the pathway. Once you're at the cottage, you'll get a little prompt about that, but once the discussion is over, click on the doorbell to the right.
I should alert them. Hey, the elephant is in danger. I'm not joking. I must find another way to communicate with this loner.
And once you're done with the discussion via the doorbell, you want to head back to your apartment. So open up the map by pressing X and then clicking on home in the top left hand corner. We're going to want to go see Kardash again because he's now finished his invention. So back in the apartment, head up to the first floor and then go into Kardash's room. And on the stool next to Kardash, grab the DTMF machine, which is going to be used to record the phone signals or the phone touch tones. Once you've done that, we want to exit out of Kardash's room and we want to go upstairs. And by upstairs, I mean to the second floor. And then when you're on the second floor, you want to open up your menu. There'll be a little bit of dialogue about the child moving out too early. But press B and get the DTMF machine, and you want to use that on the door to the right to record the touch tone sounds from the telephone on the other side of the door.
Oh, Kardash knows his stuff. The device is now full of the frequencies coming from that room. I think the device recorded the number she's calling.
And then we're going to open up the map and we're going to go back to the lighthouse. And then in the lighthouse you want to use the DTMF machine on the telephone that is hanging up on the wall. This will allow you to call through to the man in the cottage.
Hello, I'm one of the neighbors.
What do you want?
There's something important I have to tell you. Don't hang up. I know where the elephant is.
What? What elephant?
You can't hide it from me. I know you're hiding the elephant in your house. There are people looking for him, but I only want to help.
Oh, well, you got me. Just come over before you blab your mouth all over the town. I'll open the door for you, only if you come alone.
Once you're done with the phone call, open up your map and we want to make our way back to the cottage. And we're going to go see Mrs. Spaghetti. So click on that one in the bottom corner and the front door will now be open. And you'll get the achievement called Spaghetti, or as Brennan and I like to refer to it as Spagooter.
Finally opened the door.
There's
Sorry
your achievement.
To bother you. I just wanted to alert you.
Yes, I suppose I should try harder to be discreet about the elephant's whereabouts.
Someone could have seen the footprint.
That was you then, eh? It's not very nice to pour flour in front of people's doors.
Once you're done talking to Mrs. Spaghetti, you want to click on the photo frame above the fireplace.
The woman in the photo is one of the best
And
counselors
that will give you a tip off about the
She's
counsellor's office.
just arrived to the city and is working here for free. It might be a good idea for you to go and see her. Maybe she could fix your nosiness.
For free? Everyone will be pouring into her office in a few days, even if they don't have any problems.
Once that's done, you want to grab the matchbook that is next to the photo frame on top of that fireplace. And when you're done with the matchbook, try and talk to the elephant known as Phil.
I can't believe this. Everyone is looking for you and you're sitting on your ass blowing in a teapot. What? What happened? I didn't get a word you said. Do you understand what I'm saying? I didn't understand a word. Maybe his roommate knows what he's saying.
Once you're done talking to Phil, you want to click on Mr. Spaghetti to get a bit more insight about what's going on.
The elephant is trying to talk, right? You understand what it says?
Yes. So far he's been able to change his dimensions, and soon enough he'll be able to speak better than you and I. Right now, he has a request for you.
What's his request? And could you please tell him that I came here to ask him to be careful so that he wouldn't end up in the circus again?
He says to speed up his becoming human, he needs a potion that only his friend knows how to make. Here, this is the friend's business card. Will you get the potion for him?
Once that's done, open up your map and then you want to head over to the opera singer. And then when you're at the opera singer, you want to click on the right hand side and you want to go into the counsellor's office. And when you're in the counsellor's office, you want to speak to the lady that is just behind the desk.
Hello, my name is Mizuki. A friend suggested I come and speak with you. You might remember him, the man who loves spaghetti.
Oh, yes. Of course I remember him. He was a very strange case indeed. I can't say too much because of patient confidentiality, but I can tell you that if he hadn't been treated, he could have ended up thinking he was a piece of meat alone inside a pile of spaghetti.
Oh, wow. I had no idea. Well, I won't mention it to him.
I'm so sorry about the state of this office. I've just arrived here and haven't set things up yet.
Well, I'm glad to be one of your first patients.
I'm listening.
Recently, every once in a while, I forget my name. And only my own name. And no one else's. And nothing else. Not even addresses or dates. Do you think this might be connected to a more serious disease?
I don't think these symptoms suggest you're suffering from a disease. Would you please tell me more about your life?
My name is Mizuki. I am 25 years old and I separated from my husband a few years back. I have taken vacation from work where I was in so I can research on the problem of mind. I'm sure I haven't seen family for so long. They live in city. Interesting you didn't yawn. I sure felt like it. I had no idea I had such a boring life until I recalled it all aloud.
To me, no life is ordinary or boring. There's always something fascinating in it. I think that's enough for today. I just have a request.
Please.
If you recall any event that has to do with names, your name, somebody else's name, the name of a pet, the name of a place you visited, a nickname, any name-based memory at all, I'd like you to tell me about it.
Absolutely. Thank you for your time. See you again.
And once you're done talking to the counsellor, we want to open up our map again and we want to make our way back to the dark alley. Now once you're at the dark alley, you'll notice that the underground passage is now open to you, so you can go into here by clicking on it. And once you're in the alleyway, you want to go into Dabchick's office. Once you're in here, you want to press the B button and you want to get your kidney stone trapped in a film reel box. And you want to drop it into the china pots. This is going to distract the guy that's reading the Feng Shui magazine, which is very strange because Feng Shui is about being able to see mountains and rivers from your house, and he's underground. Make your way across to the panel down on the end, and we're going to solve a puzzle which is in relation to the china pots and their height. So we want to start off by dragging the left dial all the way up to the very top into position number 6. Once you've done that, we want to pull the second dial up to position number 3. It starts from 0, by the way. And then we want to drag the last dial all the way up to the 1 from the last. Once you've done that, that will unlock Dabchick's office and you'll be able to go inside. And then you want to speak to Dabchick himself.
Hello, Mr. Dabchick?
Hello, yes. Are you looking for a job? The last appointment slot began 15 minutes ago, so you're very late. That will be considered negative points.
Oh, no. I'm here because a big gray friend of yours has sent me to look for a potion. He's in hiding.
Oh dear, Phil. When he was in the circus, I had my agents help me change his size. But I haven't heard from him since his escape. He wants to complete the process of becoming a human.
Yes, it seems like it. Although he still speaks an elfin language.
Hold on. This card doesn't have his signature on it. I'm afraid I can't give you the potion without making sure this is really from Phil.
What?
Just go ask Phil to sign the card. Authentication is very important to me.
Okay, so once your conversation is over with Dabchick, we're going to need to make our way back to the cottage. So open up your map and teleport to the cottage. When you're there, you want to head inside to Mr. Spaghetti's cottage, and then we want to talk to Phil the elephant. We're going to try and convince him to give us the signature. So grab Dabchick's card from your inventory and use it on Phil. As you can gather, it's already going to be a little bit unproductive.
How can I make myself clear to this elephant?
And instead you want to try your luck with this with Mr. Spaghetti. So grab Dabchick's card and give it to Mr. Spaghetti. Unfortunately, you won't hold much progress from doing this.
Could you ask the elephant to sign the card? Dabchick said he needs to see a signature.
You actually got to see Dabchick? You are relentless. But be realistic. Even if I ask the elephant to sign, how can he hold a pen with his large fingers?
He could pick up a needle with his trunk.
Sounds like you're just making excuses. Go and find a way to get that potion.
So to fix this issue, we're going to need to open up the map and we want to go back to the dark alleyway. So press X to open that up, click on the dark alley. And when you're outside, the narc is going to be sat there, and you want to press B, and you want to give him the signature and the potato, and he'll carve the potato up for you.
I bet you can carve anything really fast, right?
Yes, I can. Would you like to see me carve this guy's name on a potato? But these works are from when I was 5. You want to see my skills? Look at my hand for just 3 seconds.
Wow, good job.
Once that's done, hit the B button, and we want to make our way across to the lighthouse. And once you're in the lighthouse, you want to press the inventory button, and we want to grab the potato stamp. Grab that one out, and we want to use it on the oil can that was under where the vinyl is. And it's going to make a potato print just like you did in preschool.
Stamp.
Once you've done that, we want to then open up your inventory again, and we want to combine the oily stamp with Dabchick's card, and this counts as a signature, and you'll get the achievement for getting Phil to sign the card, even though Phil did not sign the card. Make your way back to the dark alley, and we want to go into Dabchick's office again. And when you're in Dabchick's office, we want to give Dabchick the card, so press the B button to open up the menu, and then hand the card across to him.
Funny idea. Here's the card, all signed.
Sort of looks like a stamp. But it does look like his signature. Okay. I'll press the button and you can pick up the potion from the glass cabinet.
You're so kind. Are there any usage instructions?
He knows how to use it. Just don't ever think of trying this on humans as a prank. It only works for animals or humans who are in the process of changing species.
Are you sure Phil's in the right stage for this?
I think he is. Most probably. Maybe. I don't know. Pick up that camera to be sure. The photos can show you the outcome of the process.
Once you're done talking to Dabchick, he's going to open up the case for you by pressing a button. You're going to find something called a humano potion, or just a potion in this case. Pick that one up.
I'm sure Phil
and then just behind you, you're going to find an instant camera. Now we're going to need to take 7 photographs with this camera. So open up your inventory, take the camera out, and you want to use this on Dabchick. And you'll notice that it will show you Dabchick in his human form.
That's unbelievable.
Once you've done that, you want to close down the photograph.
He's superior to all other humanimals. His face is scary in either case.
Open up your map and we want to go back to the cottage. Once you're at the cottage, you want to head inside. And then once you're in the cottage, we're going to need to do 2 things. So open up your menu and you grab the humanimal potion. And we want to try to give that to Phil. I'm going to give up saying humanimal in a bit because I can't seem to do it properly.
I finally found the humanimal potion for you. Can't wait to see what happens when you drink it. Why aren't you taking it? Isn't this what you wanted?
I have to admit, I was lying that the elephant is looking for the humanimal potion. I just wanted to send you on a wild goose chase.
Now you'll just find out you've been sent on a wild goose chase by Mr. Spaguda. Press B and you want to grab the instant camera. And then you want to grab a picture of Phil and you can see he's half human, half elephant.
The elephant is half human. That's why he's always spending his time here.
Hey, I don't want you photographing my personal life. If you really like photography, go down this road and you'll see a 200-year-old tree. You can take as many photos of that as you want.
So that's going to open up a new location called the Old Tree for you, as well as grab the 2nd out of 7 animal photographs. Head over to the Old Tree, and whilst we're here, we want to grab a picture of the scarecrow.
Is the camera working properly? This scarecrow had been a bird that has turned into a scarecrow instead of a human? Having such bad luck, I understand why it does not feel like talking.
And once you've done that, we want to grab the dried grass that is next to the scarecrow on the left hand side. and then exit to the right into the swamp. Once you're at the swamp, you want to grab the bamboo that is just in the foreground here. And then once you have the bamboo, just behind the reeds in front of you, you're going to see a bucket, which is just out of sight. Once you've got your bucket, press B, and then you want to use the bucket on the bamboo clock that is in the background, and you want to fill that up with water.
Now I have a bucket full of clean, fresh water.
Once that is full, open it up by pressing X, and we want to go to the beach. And then whilst we're at the beach, we want to press B. We want to get our dry grass, and we want to throw it on the fire just in front of us. And that's going to incite a discussion with Mr. Fisherman.
It's getting chilly. I thought I stoked the fire.
Thank you. I've stared at the sea so long, I think I'm turning into a fish. It'd be easier to talk to them then, don't you think?
I haven't had much experience with that. Aren't you bored of sitting here every day? Don't you want some change?
I do. Sometimes I daydream about cutting my feet with a sharp knife, growing fins, and diving into the sea.
That's a horrifying fantasy. I didn't mean a big change like that. Maybe you should ask your mother to take you to a warm, sunny city for a while.
Even harder than cutting my own feet is to cut my mother out of this town that she loves so much.
Well, I hope you feel better the next time I see you.
I might be swimming next time, further and further into the horizon.
Okay, so once that discussion is over, press the B button, and we want to grab out the instant camera. And we want to grab our next photograph, which is number 4, and grab a photo of the fisherman.
I can't believe my eyes. These mythical creatures are real. Now I know why he wanted to cut his legs. So any human could be in the process of transforming into an animal.
Now that we've done this, we want to get a little unethical. We want to grab the potion from our bottle. We want to give it over to the guy in the chair with no idea what the potion is going to do or what it's going to mean for him, but we give it to him anyway because why not?
I'm curious to see what happens.
This bottle looks familiar. I think a special friend of mine had it. I have no options. I will trust you and drink it.
Just can't believe it. Am I dreaming? Someone turned into a fish in front of me? I hope he knows how to swim. The ocean is too deep around here.
Okay, so once you're done playing God, you'll bag yourself the achievement called Fisherman. And then you want to pick up the funnel from the jerry can that is just next to the chair. And then on the wheelchair itself, you will find a hunting knife. Once you have both of these, you want to press B and you want to mix together the funnel with the bamboo that you found earlier to create a bamboo funnel. And once you've done that, we want to head on to the pier. Once you're on the pier, you want to grab the hunting knife from your inventory. So press B to bring that up. Take the hunting knife, and just on the floor in front of you, you'll find a rope. You'll want to cut this rope. Go into your inventory and look at the rope itself, and you want to actually take a good look at it because you're going to find that there is a sack of tobacco in here.
What is this little sack hiding among the ropes?
Once you're done, you want to open up your map, and then we want to head over to the opera singer. Now, whilst we're at the opera singer, we want to grab the instant camera again, and we want to grab the next photo, which is 5 out of 7.
To be honest with you, I still do not understand what this camera does.
And then once we're done inspecting that photograph, we want to exit to the left to Lexington Street. Once you're on Lexington Street, grab your camera and you want to take a picture of this sailor. This is 6 out of 7 for the photographs.
I hope he's not a ghost. For me, an invisible man is more acceptable.
And once you've done this, you want to press the B button and you want to grab the tobacco sack and you want to give it to the sailor.
If you promise to leave me alone, I will give you something I'm sure you'll like.
Sure, if it's something useful. You can count on the words of an old sailor. How can you have such a precious thing? These rookie sailors are unable to hide such valuable things.
I hope I won't see you around my bed anymore. Please.
For sure. Now, let me do a quick sniff to make sure this is an original tobacco. To be honest with you, I still can't believe you were able to find such a thing.
Are you feeling good? Hey, where are you?
This is the strangest tobacco I've ever seen, and I can't believe my nose.
Can I nap easily now? I really miss seeing a dream.
The truth is in your own mind, your dreams, and they will all come to you in a forest with big cats singing silent songs.
Shame on me. What I've done to this poor man. He's out of his mind. What just happened? It seems the tobacco was really magical. My warm, comfy bed.
Once you've done that, you want to open up your map, and we're going to head back to the apartment because the sailor is now gone and we can finally get some sleep. So head to home. We want to open up and go into the apartment, and you want to jump into the lift, and we want to go up to floor number 3. Once you're at the top, enter your flat. Now before we go to sleep, we want to put the vinyl on. So press the B button and we want to grab the vinyl record and drop it on the vinyl machine, the gramophone, to the right. This will bag you an achievement called New Tunes. Once you've done that, you want to click on your bed and you want to go to sleep. And once you go to sleep, you'll bag yourself the second achievement in this room for progressing forward with the story. Okay, now you'll be in a dream world and we want to speak to Moriko. She's in the middle.
Moriko, is that you? I thought I'd never see you again.
It's Mizuki. And I'm sure if you did, you never thought it would be here of all places. I tried hard to bring you here. I wanted to thank you for taking care of my meat tactic and my secret.
Don't worry about it. But I'm not sure what secret you're talking about.
Maybe you didn't realize it was a secret. I don't want anyone other than you to find out I was extremely jealous of someone.
Even if I had told anybody, they wouldn't believe it. You were the one everyone was jealous of.
It might have seemed that way, but jealousy has taken over my entire being. It emptied me from the inside. I became nothing.
Aren't you scared, being alone in this forest?
I'm not alone. I have many cats here with me. They're a bit timid, so that's why they aren't coming out to say hello. They're over there.
Seriously, how do you find them food in a place like this?
They eat numbers. We call them number-eating cats. You know how much I loved math. I was playing with numbers here, and this happened.
Yes, I remember. You were a math genius in school. But I don't understand. How can cats eat numbers?
You'll see them as you go forward, and see what I mean. They actually really like it, and have gone quite bad. Anyway, please drop by anytime. It was great seeing you again. Goodbye, Mizuki.
And then just to the left of Moriko, you'll see some glowing lights on the floor and you want to pick up this strange device. Once you've got the strange device, you want to press the B button and you want to mix that together with the rope in your inventory. And once you've mixed the two together, you want to exit to the left. And once you've done that, go to the left. Now this is probably the trickiest puzzle in the game to solve. I don't know if it's random or if it remains the same all the way through, but start off by taking the tied device out and you want to place it on the tree, not on the cat. Now the cats around the area correspond to the film that you received from the girl earlier that you're running in the screening room. So each cat is on a particular position that matches where they stand in the film. Once you click on each cat, they will meow, and once they meow, the translator will give you back a number. Each cat has a corresponding number, which is different for each cat. I don't know if it's different each time, but click on the cat, he'll meow, the translator will give you the number, and then you want to map that number to the cat's position. And then once you go back into the screening room, those numbers of those cats meowing reflect the passcode for the safe in your bedroom. So what I'd recommend here is you grab a picture, maybe on your phone, and then take a note of which cat says which number over the top of your image. So as you'll see, you click on each cat, this one will meow, and then he'll recite a number out from the translator. So click on all the cats, get all the numbers, and then we want to hit the gong in the middle once we're done.
5, 4, 6, 2, 3, 7.
Okay, and now we're back awake, and the first thing we need to go do is see the counsellor. So press X, head over to the opera singer. You'll notice he's no longer there. That's because you actually put him in hospital. And then we want to go into the counsellor's office. And once you're in the counsellor's office, speak to the lady behind the desk again.
I had a dream, and I remembered a memory about names from the time I lived in the school dorm.
Tell me, maybe we'll find a clue there.
In our school, there was a girl, by far the prettiest and the most popular one. A lot of other students worshipped her. But one night, all of a sudden, she killed herself in the forest.
Must have been horrible for all of you to hear about it. So, how is this related to names?
Well, a few days before her suicide, she gave me her name tag and asked me to take care of it. She said she didn't want a monkey to run off with it.
Was she joking?
She didn't look like she was joking. Also, we were not very close.
Interesting. What happened to the name tag?
I still have it. It's next to my own name tag in a safe box.
Could you bring it here next time? We are finally heading toward a solution, and if things go as planned, we might be able to determine a link to your name problem.
And when you're done talking to the counsellor, we are going to want to make a move back to the apartment. So you want to hit the X button and you want to go to your home. And then go into the apartment and head all the way up to the 4th floor. So take the lift up to floor 3 and then walk up the final set of stairs. And we're going to want to go into the screening room. Now, once you're in the screening room, you're going to want to watch the cat video on the screen. Now, remember the cats we mentioned about earlier and the potential kind of number mapping we mentioned? The cats that talk on the screen correspond to the cats in the previous scene in the dream world. So as you can see, they're positioned in exactly the same spots on the video. And what we need to do is the cats that talk in the film correspond to the code that goes into your safe. So the number the cat speaks out, so the one in the top left hand corner, this is actually number 1 for me. And then the second cat that speaks is number 4, or has the number 4 assigned to it. And then the third cat that speaks is having the number 3. So my code is 143. It has been 143 the whole time. It may be different from you, hence the reason why I'm showing you the puzzle. Exit out and return to the 3rd floor, and then enter the flat, and then you want to click on the safe, which is just next to the sofa. Once you're looking at the safe, just spin the dials until you hit the correct numbers. Again, mine's 143. It could be different for you. Once you've done that, that will open up the safe to reveal the name tags are missing.
I don't have jewelry to worry about, but I'm sure our name tags were in it.
Once you've done that, we want to press X to bring up the map, and we are going to make our way over to the cottage, the opera singer. Once you're at the opera singer, we want to go into the councillor's office. And then once you're in the councillor's office, we want to speak to the councillor behind the desk again.
Something strange has happened. The name tags have vanished.
That fits well with my hypothesis. The name tags are relevant here.
You mean they are related to why I'm forgetting my name?
Precisely. Now, I know this might come as a surprise to you, but I believe a very intelligent monkey has stolen your name tags.
You're wrong about that, I'm afraid. I've seen so many strange things recently that nothing surprises me.
You should check everywhere, especially places you wouldn't think to check, like paths outside the town or car scrapyards, those sorts of places.
You mean the monkey might be hiding in old rusty cars?
It is possible, although monkeys prefer dark and quiet places. Now, I think it's best you make a start. I have a lot of work to do here, otherwise I would go with you.
Okay, so she's going to reveal to you a junkyard, and we want to start off by opening up our map, and we want to make our way across to that junkyard that she's just revealed. Once you're at that junkyard, we want to grab the flower, which is by the little dragon just here, so it's the rare flower.
Hurry! I should pick it up before the dragon bites me.
And once you have your hands on that rare flower, we want to interact with the car door that's hanging off. And you want to click on that 3 times. That will reveal a pocket watch to you, which you want to pick up.
This must be an antique pocket watch. It's just like the one Barbara's grandpa had. If he was alive, he would tell us many funny memories about it.
Once you have that watch, open up the map, and we want to return back to the apartment. And once you're outside the apartment, we want to speak to Tiso Spencer.
Nice to see you, Mr. Spencer. It's been a long time.
Hi, Mizuki. I locked myself up in the lab for a while to discover new solutions.
Did it work?
Yes, the results are right here. Although some of them are very practical, I focused more on developing interesting, outside-the-box solutions.
Cool. I love fun inventions.
This yellow one, for example, is an alarm clock. Pour it into a glass vase, and in the morning it creates tiny sun-shaped bubbles that, when they pop, play a musical note and wake you up.
That's so exciting. It wouldn't be of any use for me, though. I already have insomnia. Do you have something for that?
I do. This white solution. It metaphysically transports you to snowy mountains so cold that you'll become numb and sleepy.
How is this even possible?
Well, I'm exaggerating, but if you pour this on anything, it freezes without dying. Unfortunately, it doesn't work on humans or animals yet. Simpler organisms are fine, though.
I love it. I'll take it.
As always, it's free for you. Please, take a bottle.
Now that you've spoken to Tiso, we want to press the B button to open up our menu, and we're going to combine the cool liquid that he's just given us with the flour to make the ice flour. Once you have your ice flour set up, we want to open up the map, and you'll have revealed to you on the map the flower shop, and we want to fast travel over to that location. Now that you're in the flower shop, we want to click on the photograph on the right hanging on the wall. This is going to bag ourselves the achievement for finding all 5 photographs of the game's backers. It's a nice little Easter egg for those that backed the game.
Barbara did just that, but I don't know why she's so afraid of taking a trip to the South Pole.
Once you're done examining the photo, we want to press the B button, and we want to give the ice flower to Barbara.
Barbara, look what I found for you. I'm sure you'll be surprised.
It's impossible. Did you really find this ice flower for me?
I guess I ruined your only reason to go to the South Pole.
Are you kidding me? I didn't want to go anyway, and now we have a great reason. I want you to have something with him. Anything you want. Just pick it up and it's yours.
Okay, thanks.
And once you've given that to Barbara, she's going to allow you to pick up some things from the shop. We want to grab the seed pack from the counter. And once you have that seed pack, just down amongst the flowers in the bottom left hand corner, you're going to find the odor analyzer. You want to pick this one up. And once we've done that, we want to open up our map. And then we're going to want to head over to Vanya's cafe. Once you're in the cafe, we want to speak to Peter on the table in the foreground.
Great, you're in a bad mood, which means I'm in for a really boring conversation. I can't believe you used to hang out so much.
I can't help it. First, I checked the weather forecast, and it says there's not going to be a typhoon for at least 2 weeks. Which means no zoo for me.
That really isn't a big deal.
Then, I had a realization. I haven't been invited to a party, or social event, not even a funeral, for I don't know how long.
I knew that black suit would bring you bad luck.
So I drank everything I had in the fridge. I even drank the 2 cans of beer I keep in my coat pockets for the zoo.
And now you want to drink everything you find here, right?
Yes, but I'm broke. Say, you're friends with Vanya, aren't you? I could really go for one of her peanut punches.
I'll see what I can do. But
and once you're done talking to Peter, we want to make our way over and speak to Vanya.
I'm impressed with your taste of music every time I come here. It must be why I never find a free table.
Oh, that is so kind of you. You're one of our most favorite customers. Although it seems like there's a lot on your mind these days.
It's best if I don't talk about my problems. I don't want to ruin the good mood your cafe puts me in.
Do as you please. Enjoy.
Could I ask a favor?
Of course, sweetie, whatever you need.
Could you make a cup of that amazing peanut punch for my friend Peter over there?
I'd love to, sweetie, but I can't do this for free anymore. Every day he brings a new friend, and he has many friends. I should put a no freebie sign up there.
Once you're done talking, you want to open up your inventory and you want to grab the pocket watch. And we want to give this to Vanya, and she'll make a peanut punch for Peter.
I know you like old things. Keep this for now in place of payment for Peter's orders.
And once you have that peanut punch made up, we want to go give that punch to Peter by clicking on it. And Peter will chug the living daylights out of the peanut punch, but not be able to handle his drink correctly. Now once that's happened, you want to nip into your inventory and you want to grab the flag and you want to clean up Peter's vomit, because, yeah.
I better clean this before Vanya sees it. Peter, what are you going to do about the mess you've made? Just leave? Don't want to say anything? Alright, just go away.
Okay, and now that Peter's gone, we want to speak to Lake, who is sat on the counter with a cup of coffee and a piece of cake.
Hello. I haven't seen you around here. Are you new?
Yes, I've been sent here from the capital to help you find the elephant.
Seriously? And how are you going to do that?
We have devices that can record and translate human languages to animal languages and vice versa. We have successfully used such devices in the city of man-eating cats. You must have heard of that one.
Of course I have. So, where have you installed the translating devices?
I have orders to keep the location secret until the matter is solved.
That's smart. I have to move quickly and keep Phil out of danger.
And once Lake has informed you about the translation devices, we want to make our way across to the old tree. So to do that, whip open your map, click on the old tree, and once you arrive, there'll be some dialogue with the scarecrow and the owls.
What? How are you talking? In human language?
Oh, they're the fastest language learners.
Especially when a translator makes noises right next to them.
The elephants are the worst, we think.
So this is one of those notorious translators.
A man came and set it up recently.
We used it as much as we could.
And now can understand what you're saying.
And once that dialogue is over, we want to grab the translator from the tree. And now that you've done that, you want to speak to the scarecrow just briefly.
How come the owls are not afraid of you?
I shouldn't speak. Otherwise, I'd have to stay a scarecrow even longer.
He thinks he shouldn't talk in front of humans.
Let's say doubt his performance as a scarecrow.
But he talks a lot with us.
He's a real motormouth.
You know what he keeps saying?
Says he used to be a phoenix.
But a curse turned him into a scarecrow.
We think he is just saying nonsense to feel better about scaring other birds.
And once that conversation's over, we want to press B and we want to grab the broken flour bag from earlier, the empty packet. And you want to place that on the scarecrow's head. Now that his head's covered, you want to go into your backpack again and you want to grab out the matches and we're going to set fire to the scarecrow.
Or did she just do it out of luck?
Am I going to transform
And once the phoenix is risen, you want to grab the spade that he once was. And we want to make our way over to the cottage. So open up the map and fast travel over. And right beside the mailbox, you're going to see this tiny little rat hole that you want to inspect. So click on that one and you'll peer down into the hole. Once you're peering down into the hole, you want to press the B button. You want to grab your seed pack. And you want to drop your seed into a hole. Once you've done that, you want to back out of the hole. And you want to press B and you want to get your odor analyzer out and you want to place it onto the rat hole. And once you've done that, you want to get the dirty flag.
It was heavy.
Which is absolutely rancid. I don't know why it's in your pocket. And you want to put it into the odor analyzer. Kind of reminds me of the worm from Broken Sword. Inspect the odor analyzer, and then when you're looking at the odor analyzer, we want to put the dial onto number 2, so it says peanut, like the peanut punch from earlier. Click the cross, and then we want to look back down into the rat hole, and we'll see the rat has come out ready to prep his garden. You want to press the B button, and you want to get your funneled bamboo and put it into his watering can. And then once you've done this, you want to back it out of the hole. Once that is done, we want to grab the bucket and we want to use that on the funnel. That is going to pour the water down into the watering can. And he is going to do a spot of gardening for you. Now you want to pick the plant that has grown to get something called bloody mint.
My mother used to make a drink using.
And then once you've picked the plant, you want to make your way into the cottage. Now that you're inside the cottage, you want to press the B button and you want to grab the translator and you want to give it to Phil. And once you've given that to Phil, you want to go into your backpack again and you want to grab the sand-filled seashell. And you want to give it to the elephant and you're going to ask him to blow the sand out.
I hope this translator device can translate human into, elephant. Dear Mr. Elephant, could you please kindly blow into the seashell? Thank you. So much for the translator device.
Once Phil has blown the sand out, take the bloody mint out of your pocket and give it to the moose on the wall.
Would you chew these leaves? Just don't swallow. I apologize for not telling you that this herb would numb your mouth. But it feels good, right? Like you've gone to a different world.
The first bite I took, I wanted to spit it all out. But I'm a good moose and ate the whole thing. Oh, I think I'm growing wings. Hey, you can add that to your odd experiences. I'm flying!
Okay, and once the moose has spat out the mint, you want to pick it up off the floor. And we want to
so
exit out of the
sticky.
cottage, and we are going to go off to a different location. So bring up your map, and we want to go to the outskirts. And once you're on the outskirts, you'll see the soldier. You want to get your seashell out, and you want to give it to the soldier. You'll bag yourself an achievement for giving him the seashell.
Put the seashell in your ear. I'm sure the voice of the ocean will relieve your exhaustion. The sound of the sea took the soldier away. I hope his memories of the war also disappeared.
Once that is done, we want to pick up the baseball bat that is just to the right that he was holding on to. It was the weapon that was used to take him out. So pick that one up. And once you've picked up the baseball bat, we are going to need to use the shovel on the soft soil that he was stood on. Once that's done, you want to open up your inventory and grab the empty bottle from earlier, and you want to use that on the flies to capture some of those.
Little flies.
And then when you've done and you've got your flies, you want to inspect the dirt that you've just moved around. You'll find a jar, and then right next to that you're also going to find the soldier tags. You need to take both of these up.
Soldiers are buried
And once
here.
you've done that, we want to go
It
down
looks
into
like
the
these
sewer
belong
from the
to
hole you've
soldiers
just dug
who
up.
died decades ago.
When in the sewer, head to the left, and then keep continuing to the left, but you're going to get blocked by a sound wave,
My head. It feels like it's going to
which is
explode.
frog magic, believe it or
I
not.
have to get out of here.
Now once that sound wave is over, you want to inspect the drawing on the wall to see the battle of the frogs and the worms.
Looks like someone wanted to tell us
Once you've
about
inspected
this
that, you want
historic
to
conflict
exit
between
to the
frogs
right.
and the giant worms. I wonder if the frogs in the lake know something about this.
And then you want to exit to the far right again. Once you're in this area, you want to take out the shovel, and we want to use the shovel on the dirt above the guy sat on the floor. And you're going to do something a bit mean here.
Some small taps of dirt pile. Perhaps he
However,
can
once you do that, it's going to cause him to drop the pot, and you want to pick the pot up off the floor.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just wanted to make you get up. I had never taken something out of someone's hand like this. Shameful.
Once you've done that, open up your menu again, and you want to grab your pot, and you want to mix that with the chewed mint, and then you want to mix your pot with the full bucket of water that you've got, and then combine the pot one last time with the condenser, and that's going to make this device that I have no idea how to pronounce, alambic I think. Open up your map, and we're going to go back to the old tree. Exit to the right from the swamp. And once you're at the swamp, you want to speak to the frogs in the water. Pay attention to what they say, because they, numbers-wise, they talk about how many people have died in their frog war, or people have stopped fighting. This is important for you for solving a puzzle later on, so write them down.
I saw an engraving on the wall in the sewers. It seems to suggest you have something to do with the dark force in the sewers.
You guessed right. That's a really bad grandpa. The sea.
So can you help me fight the dark forces? My head feels like it'll explode after just a few seconds with them.
The real power with dark forces is in the mind. That's why we get headaches. But we have been away from the battlefield for such a long time. We have used the last bit of our magic words in the battle with the giant worm.
You mean the giant worm was so strong that even the army of frogs couldn't defeat it?
Obviously, we have no idea about the creatures around here. In our army, 30 frogs chose to retire after that battle. 20 worms enslaved themselves so they'd be unaffected by magic, and our mosquitoes avoid future battles. And 40 of us died during the battle.
What can I do to help you back onto your feet? I really need your help.
Super Frog must be hiding somewhere in the city. Only he can develop a magic jar with magic words. Yes, that's all magic words. Other words if you get able to be magic or an overdose.
Once that's over, they're going to throw you a magic jar. We want to pick that up. It's just on the right hand side here.
Let me pick it up before someone puts
And then once we've got this one, we want to hit the map up again and we want to go back to the dark alley. Once you're at the dark alley, you want to use the flies on the trash can, or the dustbin as we call it over here, to release Super Frog.
A tongue this long could only belong to a giant frog. Could you come out? I need you. It's an urgent matter.
All right, I'm out. Are you happy? What do you want from me?
The army of frogs has sent me to ask you for the magic words.
That army still exists. I thought they lost half their numbers in the battle against the giant worm.
Yes, they told me about the battle. Apparently, it was gruesome.
Anyway, that's all in the past for me. Take a look at my magic menu and choose whatever they can use.
Once that convo is over, open up your inventory and grab the instant camera and take a picture of Super Frog. This is picture number 7 out of 7. If you've been following along, you will bag yourself the achievement Artsy Photos for taking a picture of all the human animals in the game.
This calm face doesn't appear
Once
to
you've
be
done
very
looking at the
competitive.
photo, you want to click on the Super Frog and he's going to strip down to
I don't
his
see a
underwear
menu.
for you.
You will only see it when I want you to see it. A magic menu is not something for just anybody to see.
Once you've done that, you want to look at the magic menu.
Okay.
Now, the magic menu consists of a small puzzle. So the small puzzle, if you took note of the numbers that the frog mentioned earlier, there were 200 frogs in total, but so many of them backed out or died, and the total that is left over is 110, so type that in. For the middle piece, then we need to select the large frog in the top right-hand corner, and then for the bottom part, we need to select the sword, and they went to battle with the giant worm. So 110 frogs remaining after the battle with the giant worm. Click the check mark, and that is going to get you the magic words.
Magic is going to be useful.
He'll utter those words, and then you want to use your magic jar to pick up those words.
If you told me you could pour words into a jar, I would have thought that's crazy.
Now that you have this, we will need to go back to the old tree. So open up your map and travel over. Exit to the right to go to the swamp. Once you're at the swamp, you want to open up your inventory and use the magic jar on the frogs just below you. And this will give you the power to get past the sound wave in the sewer in a moment.
And here are the magic words. I feel hundreds of frogs are cheering in my head and shouting, "Fight the giant worm!" I'm a little afraid that my head's going to be a battleground.
Okay, now that you've been blessed with the fog hearing ability, we want to make our way across to the outskirts. So we can do that just by going to the right or via the map. And once you're back into this area, we want to go down into the sewers one more time. And once you're down in the sewers, we want to make our way to the left. And once you're in this area, we want to try and pick up the stool. You have a little cutscene with the sound waves disappearing. Once that's over, click on the stool again.
What just happened? My head is alright. The waves are gone. The super frog must be behind this.
Once you've done that, you want to open up your menu and you want to combine the stool with the lens to get the lens stool, or the stool lens. Yeah. Once you have that, you want to back out and we want to continue to the left. And you'll see a monkey, and you want to walk towards that monkey and he'll eventually run away.
I wonder if he's hiding my name tag inside. Hey, wait! Don't escape.
Okay, and once you've done that, you want to open up your map and we want to go over to the old tree. And once we're at the old tree, we want to open up our inventory and we want to grab the baseball bat and use it on the hole where the scarecrow was once stood.
Let me open up the hole a little bit.
And once you drop the baseball bat down, we want to then go back into our inventory. I want to grab the stool with the lens, or the stool lens, and we will put that over the top of the hole.
Maybe if I direct some light to this hole, something happens.
Once you've done that, you want to look at your map again, and we want to make our way over to the beach. Once you're at the beach, we want to go into our inventory, and we want to grab the alambiki, or the big pot thing. Drop that on the fire. Somebody tell me if I'm pronouncing that right in the comments, please. And then we want to open up our menu, and we want to get the jar, and we want to use that on the pot again. This is going to give us the anesthetic. Once we have the anesthetic, we want to open up our map one more time, go back to the outskirts, make your way down into the sewers. Once you're in the sewers, we want to make our way to the left twice, back to the monkey. And now we want to speak to the monkey 6 times until the memoranda gets updated.
I can't believe my eyes. A snow monkey in a city sewer? The counselor was right then. I wouldn't believe if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. Why don't you say anything? I'm sure you can understand me. Why are you holding your tongue back? Hey, did you steal my name? Did you? Answer me. Monkey, you think I don't know how to make you talk.
Once that's updated, you want to press the B button and you want to grab the jar and you want to use that on the monkey.
The numbing solution should be working in a moment, and you won't be able to keep your mouth shut.
What? Oh, what did you put in the water?
See, you talk.
What did you do? I can't focus. What do you want from me? How did you find this place?
Listen, I know everything. If you return my name, I won't tell anybody about this place.
I can't. What name? I don't know what you are talking about. I don't have any desire for anyone's name.
Don't lie. Do you want me to come back with city agents?
No, wait. I'd like to negotiate. It's hard work stealing names. Too hard to give them up so easy.
And for the last time, we want to go into our inventory and we want to grab the name tags. This will end the game and this will bag yourself the final achievement for completing the game. I'm going to let the cutscene run through. I've been Jessica from the Achievement Squad. If you find this guide useful, drop us a like, comment and subscribe. And happy hunting.
There are some valuable things to add to your collection. Look, there are the names of some of the bravest men in the past century.
Oh my god, how did you find these? These are those soldiers who were killed with a baseball bat in World War II.
See? I have valuable things. Do we have a deal now?
Sure. Wow, seeing these names is heavenly. To the tent.
The Moriko knew something. Do you have anything to do with her death?
No. I was in love with her. She was so pretty. Prettier than you, even.
But why did you steal her name?
I don't know. When I see a name I like, I have to snatch it. It's been like this ever since I was a baby on my mother's back.
How did you come across our names?
I've been watching you since your time in high school. I came to you to find Moriko's name. I was so attracted to it.
How did you find the code for the safe? Couldn't remember it myself.
I made you forget the code. Moriko's cats don't help just you. I visited her first in the woods.
Why did you pick up my name too?
I saw it sitting there, so I snatched it. To be honest, I didn't even have a second to look at it.
Then could you give it back, please?
Certainly. A deal is a deal. What was your name again?
My name? It started with an M. Let me think.
Don't rush, you'll remember.
Miro. Oh god. Did I have to forget again right now?
We have all the time in the world.
All the time in the world. True. Even if I stay here for days, no one will notice.
Okay, so while you try to remember, I'll go make some tea. It'll calm your nerves. We can get to know each other better, right?
It's been a long time since I talked with someone for so long. The monkey knows a lot of strange things about the owners of the names he's collected. And about me too. Sorry, but I'm not saying what things he knew. They're not very fond memories. He suggested that I go to the abandoned mines I always see in my dreams. He also packed his things and followed along for a little. The sewers aren't safe for him anymore. I took this picture before he left. I expected to see an old man, but it looks like he was actually just a lonely snow monkey. Even though I'm here alone at night, I don't feel afraid at all. I'm going to be here till morning and bury all my troubles right here. When I go back home, things probably aren't going to be great again all of a sudden, but I'll at least have my name. Something that is only mine.